Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Spicy Pie needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for just $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out. If you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports team, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine in or carry out and kid-friendly, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability. For all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs, your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill. great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us for the Scotty K Show. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Spicy Pie on this Wednesday night, another edition of the Scotty K Show here tonight on a very windy Wednesday, October evening. But you know what? The sun is out. You know what? The wind is up. The sun is shining, and we hope to have a good time with you here tonight, talking a little bit about a lot of different things. And right off the bat, we'll talk a little rodeo coming up. We got the Badlands Circuit rodeo finals coming up. Ruth Nicholson will join me from their organization to talk a little bit about the rodeo. We also will have Carla Wallen, who is the head coach of the Minot High girls cross country team that will participate, in the state tournament, not this weekend, next weekend. In Jamestown. They are coming off a runner-up finish in the WDA. They're also ranked number 3 in the latest Class A poll for girls cross country. We'll get a chance to talk to Carla. Chauncey Hendershot, the head coach of the Minot High Magicians, headed to the playoffs. They still have 2 regular season games to go, but they are headed to Williston on Friday night to play their final WDA game, and then we'll host West Fargo next week in their final regular season game at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. And I guess the highlight, not to take anything away from any of the other people, but the highlight of our show tonight, Larry Durr, the principal, superintendent, and head boys basketball coach at Glenburn, will join me. He's part of a focus group that is looking into a proposal that's going to be presented to the North Dakota High School Activities Association for a 3-class basketball classification here in North Dakota, something that has been around for many, many years in North Dakota, talked about a long time ago, and then kind of went to the back burner, but is now up and going again. And some things are going to happen here in the next month to 45 days that may affect what goes on in North Dakota high school basketball in North Dakota. Do want to remind you that we're here at Spicy Pie. Thank you to them for opening up their doors and letting us come in here each and every Wednesday night to give you the Scotty K Show. October Pizza of the Month, Just Wing It, boneless wings, shredded mozzarella, and your choice of these wing sauces: barbecue, buffalo, sweet Thai chili, mango habanero, or garlic parmesan. We also want to let you know we have a Dine to Donate event going on tonight up until 9 o'clock tonight. 15% of your direct sales here at Spicy Pie will be donated to Glenburn Food Pantry and Backpack for Buddy's program. Dine in or carry out, bring a non-perishable food item and get a free slice voucher for your next visit. Do want to let you know that it is playoff football time here in North Dakota as far as we go, or far as we go this weekend in one of the divisions of high school football in North Dakota. The first round of the 9-man playoffs will go on. We have the final round of, or the final regular season round for Class 11B. 9-man is in playoffs, and then 2 more weeks to go in the AA and the A. We're going to talk rodeo when we come back here on the Scotty K Show, live from the Spicy Pie. We'll be back right after this.
Looking for a great place to take the family? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items the whole family can enjoy, including jumbo slices, 18-inch pies, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items, including $1.50 tacos. Enjoy their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for only $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships. You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Well, welcome back here to the Spicy Pie. Again, the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday. And I do want to let you know a little programming reminder. As I mentioned on other Wednesday nights, we're going to be here each and every Wednesday night and, through the month of March. The only problem is that right now I'm scheduled to appear for jury duty next Wednesday in Bismarck. And so I don't know what the status is, if the trial happens to get postponed or canceled or taken care of. I'll let you know, but there is a chance I will not be here next Wednesday night, as you know what, I got to do my civic duty as a jury member if I need to go to Bismarck. So anyway, our first guest here on the Scotty K Show tonight is Ruth Nicholson. She is with the Badlands Circuit Rodeo Finals that come up here in the Magic City at the All Seasons Arena, the North Dakota State Fair Center, coming up starting Thursday. That's tomorrow, running Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Ruth, thanks for joining me tonight. And I know that you tried to get some cowboys and some people involved in the rodeo here, but a lot of them are busy en route to Minot, that sort of thing. But I just wanted to have you on tonight to talk a little and try to promo what is going on, because you know it's a rodeo. You're going to have performances Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but there's a whole heck of a lot of other things that are going on, aren't there?
Well, one of the big things, Scott, and thanks for having me on.
You bet.
Is that this is, and I don't think people realize this is a circuit finals rodeo, which means the best 12 cowboys and cowgirls in each of 8 events have qualified throughout the rodeo season to get here. So it's not like, oh, any old guy off the street can say, I want to ride a bull at that rodeo. You have to have won the most money throughout the 2022 rodeo season to compete here Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right, and this is a full-fledged rodeo.
Yeah.
I mean, you got every event that that rodeo brings you, and you're going to see some of the top cowgirls and cowboys here this weekend, aren't we?
Yeah, you are. You're going to see people like Ty Brewer, who has won the bareback riding here before. Lisa Lockhart, a barrel racer with 200,000 Facebook fans. I mean, she's not small beans at all. And you may not know the names of those people, but because they're so good at their craft, they are much more likely to make good rides, make good runs, be very entertaining for the fans in the stands.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about performances. You got a performance tomorrow night,
No,
Friday?
starting Friday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm sorry, I read this wrong. So Friday, Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we're going to just and it's a 3-day event, and it's going to get a little intense, won't it?
Well, you know, it's fun. It's fun for us fans who are watching because those guys and gals come in with their amount of money won, and then that's kept track of. They win money every night, and then Sunday, whoever has the most money won is champion. So some of the races, like the barrel racing, Jessica Routier is far enough ahead that nobody's going to catch her unless she totally screws up for 3 days, which she probably won't. And the number 2 girl totally wins all 3 performances, which may or may not happen. But then there's races like, I think the team roping race is so close that it's anybody's game. So if you're keeping track of the numbers, it makes it fun for us. It's nerve-wracking for those cowboys and cowgirls, but that's why they're the best of the best. They can handle the pressure.
You know, and I made the comment when we first started this interview is that this is more than just a rodeo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've got so many other things that are going to be going on throughout the day. Yeah, you got the performances at night of the rodeo, but there's so much more activities for people to see.
Yes, we have what we call the Wrangler Trade Show, and it's 60 vendors, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all 3 performances. You can come out to the North Dakota State Fair Center, and you can shop till you drop, and honestly, I can't wait. There's clothes, there's decor, there's tack, I mean, you name it. We've got it out there, and that part is free. You want to come out and do that stuff without coming to the rodeo, that is perfectly fine. Then Saturday afternoon, there's live music out there, and then they're going to do a dummy roping, which is the roping the dummy, no live animals involved, and that's
right.
fun to watch. But then I have to mention tomorrow night there's Friday night, live music at Bootleggers after the rodeo. Saturday night, live music at the State Fair Center after the rodeo. So it is more than just performance and go back, go home, and be done. There's a lot more than that.
Okay, and this is for all ages, by the way.
Yeah.
It's for mom and dad. It's for junior and the young ladies, that sort of thing. And all you want to do is you just want to put on a performance that they're going to be pretty impressed with.
You know, and that brings up another point that ties into the 8 events, not just bull riding. There's always something new happening in that arena, whether it's one of our 8 rodeo events, bareback riding, team roping, I won't list them all, bull riding
Right.
to wrap it up. But then we've got a specialty act, Ryder Kisner, who is new to us, not new to rodeo, and he will trick ride, trick rope. He brings his girlfriend Bethany Isles. She does some trick riding, trick roping, and that in itself is fabulous entertainment to watch them. That's honestly worth the price of the ticket to see them. And then our announcers, Wayne Brooks, Bob Tallman, they have announced the National Finals Rodeo, which is the pinnacle of our sport. They've announced that thing combined, 30 times. So we hire good people because we know those people, those fans sitting in the stands want a good show. They're not there necessarily for the competition. They want to be entertained.
Ruth, and you guys have always tried to do this over the years to make this family affordable.
Yes.
It's for the family. And kind of talk a little bit about ticket prices and how they can obtain tickets, that sort of thing.
You are exactly right. We don't break the bank at the Badlands Circuit Finals Rodeo. $20 for general admission for adults, $10 for kids ages 3 to 12. The really good seats are $30. And that brings me to another point. Once our bills are paid, we give money back to the community. And last year, we gave over $25,000 to various Western-themed organizations, FFA, 4-H, South Prairie School FFA, other groups too. So we're not here just to make money and get rich ourselves. It's to make the community a better place.
Okay, and that's what you guys have been all about over the years, and still doing that. Again, performances at 7 on Friday, Saturday, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Again, you can get tickets where? Can you get them at the door?
You can get them at the gate. You can go to rodeominot.com.
Okay.
Saturday might be full. You might get your ticket in advance so you don't end up standing in line. Sunday, Military Appreciation Day. Get your $5 off with a valid valid ID at the ticket office only. So if you're military, present or past veteran, come up and get your discount that way.
Another thing you guys have done over the past is Friday night is Pink Night, which is a part of breast awareness, breast cancer awareness time. And yeah, you guys have been involved with that for a lot of years.
Very fitting for the month of October, which
is
the whole month.
Yep.
And everybody's doing it, not just rodeo. NFL, everybody does it.
No, I know.
Wear your pink on Friday night. We recognize we bring awareness to breast cancer and cancer in general that night. Saturday night, Night at the Cowboy. Sunday, Military Appreciation.
All right. Again, you can get tickets online. You can get them at the door. 7 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday. And you're going to see the best of the best. And we're not just talking about bull riding. We're doing the mutton busting, the barrel racing, that sort of thing. So a lot of different things to entice somebody to come and see what it's all about.
To keep your interest, to entertain you, but yet again, rodeo is an acknowledgement of our past, where we've come from, where we still are. The Western lifestyle is very alive and well, even more so after COVID. We're patriotic. We're a long-standing tradition. We're proud of who we are.
Hey, Ruth, thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope you get a great turnout this weekend, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. I hope you guys have a great turnout at the All Seasons Arena, North Dakota State Fair Center. I know a lot of those people out there, and they do a bang-up job, don't they?
Yes, they do, and we're proud to be here. We're proud to be in Minot.
All right. Thank you, Ruth, for stopping by, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right. You're listening to the Scotty K Show. We're going to talk a little girls cross country, high school-wise. Carla Wallen, the head coach of the Minot High girls cross country team, will join me when we come back. Again, remember, later on, we're going to talk three-class basketball proposal that is being tossed around here in North Dakota. We'll also talk to Chauncey Hendershot, who is the head football coach at Minot High. We'll do that a little bit later. But when we come back, Carla Wallen from Minot High Girls Cross Country will join me here on the Scotty K Show.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Welcome back here to the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday night. Here from the Spicy Pie. It's homecoming week here in Minot for Minot State. We'll talk a little bit about some of the activities coming up. They have a football game, looking for their first win of the year coming up Saturday afternoon against Northern State. They'll have a parade. They'll do some tailgating. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're also going to talk with Larry Durr about the proposed three-class basketball proposal that's out there running to change what is going on in North Dakota as far as boys and girls basketball. Chauncey Hendershot will join me a little bit later to talk about his Minot High football team that has qualified for the state playoffs. But right now, Carla Wallen joins me, the head coach of the Minot High girls cross country team, and as I was mentioning early, Carla, you put that headset on. But I was mentioning it earlier when I was texting you back and forth earlier that I probably would have waited till next Wednesday to have you on with the state tournament coming or the state meet coming next week in Jamestown for Class B and Class A. But I don't know. I might be in Bismarck doing my civic duty as a juror. And don't know what's going to happen, so I figured I'd try to get you on tonight. Thank you for joining me tonight. And boy, you got to be kind of in a mode now. You've had a great year, but the culmination is coming, isn't it? Well, okay, got you now.
Okay. Yes, they've had a wonderful year. We just finished off with WDA last weekend in Williston, and the girls ran really tough. We took runners up, and all of them did a nice job. So it's excited now to look forward to state and see what happens.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about it. Cross country, a lot of people look at it as they do with golf and wrestling and all those other sports of being, it's an individual sport, but again, it's a team sport as well. And I know that you are one that believes that, and I know that you try to instill that in your young ladies.
Exactly. It is truly a team sport. I want them to have that team mentality because running isn't easy. And when you're out on a tough course, I try and tell them that they need to, it's big and important to run as a pack. And when you start pushing, that you need to bring your teammates that you're used to running in practice together, that you encourage them and get them to come along with you. So we talk a lot about it's not about it's about a team, because we know that the 5 score for us, but there's a lot that can happen with 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th runners too.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the state tournament. I was not really aware that, has this been happening for a while where they've ran the WDA 2 weeks before the state meet, or is it just a calendar thing this year?
It's always been like that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And then a lot of coaches, and it is rather nice. You have 2 weeks that you can prep with just your state team. We're a grades 7 through 12 program, so you have quite a few athletes that you work with, and then the last 2 weeks is your state team.
Well, and the thing about it is you finished runner-up to Bismarck in the WDA meet last weekend. The last poll that came out, and I know you coaches don't look at polls because they're done by other people, but ranked 4th to Grand Forks, Red River, Bismarck, and Williston in that latest poll. Are those the 3 other schools that you're really looking at that you have to compete with at the state meet? And I know a lot of things can happen.
Right. Those truly are the other schools that we need to compete against. Bismarck has a nice team. Grand Forks, Red River, Legacy, Bismarck Legacy ran really well last weekend. So, and as well as Williston. Actually, the WDA is more dominant right now. So those schools we will be looking towards.
And the thing about it is, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, when you go into the state meet, you want to go in there, you want to do well as a team. And to do well as a team, you got to have the individuals. And you got one of the top ones in the state of North Dakota in Trinity Jessen, who finished 3rd in the WDA. And I would be thinking that you're kind of looking to her to kind of lead your Majets in the state meet.
Exactly. She is a phenomenal athlete. She's done very well. She goes out and attacks it and can keep a pretty steady pace. So she knows that she needs to be that leader and set that pace. And then we have about 6 other runners that are quite a pack that follow her.
And when you talk about that, to have 6 other runners, it's not all about, okay, you can have that 1 or 2 great individuals, but when you can have 6, 7 kids that can go out there and score for you.
Exactly. Those next 6, they can flip-flop. One time it might be one gal, and then the next time it'll be another gal. So they are a group that you will see them come within seconds right after each other.
All right, let's talk about the course. You're running on a golf course in Jamestown, and I know courses are different, and kids are better on some courses than How does kind of give us an idea of what the course is like that you'll run next week?
The Jamestown coach developed a really nice course. It's not on a golf course.
It isn't on a golf course.
It is not.
Okay.
He developed it on it's separate. He just made it into a
Really?
true cross-country course. For the past few years, he has made a path, and it's all set and organized, and it's the same path that we always have run for the last probably 4 or 5 years. So the athletes the ones that have ran in previous years, they have ran on it. They understand it well. It's got flat, rolling hills, but it also has one steep, pretty good-sized hill at the end. So it balances off.
Health-wise, I know you're at the end of the year, and you always got the bumps and the bruises and the kids that. But are you relatively healthy going into the state meet, or as healthy as you hope to be?
We actually are very healthy. Yeah, I don't have any worries there. I mean,
Knock on wood.
Right. There are a few that have been battling some colds, but that's fine. We just adjust and pull back on our training and let them rest that way.
I want to ask you as a coach, when you have this 2-week period before with the WDA and then the state meet, and I know you're at the end of the year, what is your training philosophy for these 2 weeks? Because you don't want them to be dead tired by the time the state meet comes up.
Exactly. It's a tricky time. I've talked to a lot of people. I like to learn how the proper taper should take place to peak your athletes out. So I'm always willing to learn and ask other coaches as well. But it's really important to pull back a certain percentage of your training that you've been doing so that they get what you call jumpy legs. Yep. And so we do shorter distances, but it's quick, it's faster, more rest. And then so that they have their legs and that mentality, we're racing fast.
And then we live in North Dakota, so we have to deal with the weather too. A little
exactly.
bit of rain, a little bit of wind, maybe some rain. Let's not talk about the other stuff. So you want to keep them as healthy as you can going into next week.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, Carla, thank you for joining me tonight. I wish the best of luck to your girls, and even to the boys team that will be running down there. Your meet actually is a week from Saturday. The B will be on Friday, and then on Saturday. How long is your course, the girls' course?
5K, 3.1 miles.
3.1 miles. And
boys and girls both run 5K.
And you'd have to pick me up after about 100 meters. Carla, thank you. Good luck next week, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Carla Wallen, the head girls cross-country coach at Minot. Both the boys and the girls will be competing in the state meet in Jamestown a week from this Saturday. We wish both of them the best of luck. Thanks, Carla. I wanted to let you know October Pizza of the Month here at Spicy Pie is what they call just winging it. You get boneless wings, shredded mozzarella, and your choice of these wing sauces: barbecue, buffalo, sweet Thai chili, mango, habanero, or garlic parmesan. You can have any of those sauces on that October Pizza of the Month. So take advantage of that. And also want to let you know we have a dine to donate tonight up until 9 o'clock tonight. 15% of all direct sales will be donated to the Glenburn Food Pantry. And Backpack for Buddies program, dine in or carry out. Bring a non-perishable food item and get a free slice voucher for your next visit here at Spicy Pie. Minot State Homecoming this week. We'll talk about some activities coming up Friday and Saturday dealing with that. But when we come back, we're going to talk basketball. The proposal that's floating around North Dakota, the new three-class system that hopefully, or that this focus group is trying to present to the North Dakota High School Activities Association to kind of change what's going on in Class B basketball. Larry Durr, superintendent, principal, and head boys coach at Glenburn will join me. He's a member of that focus group. And we're going to talk about some of the things that this proposal has, some of the questions people have had about it, and we'll do that when we come back here on the Scotty K Show, live from the Spicy Pie, right after this.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability. For all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs, your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Spicy Pie needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbread, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their Epic 14 football season special. Get any one topping 18-inch pie for just $14 with promo code EPIC14. Dine in or carry out. If you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports team, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine in or carry out and kid-friendly, bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Turn those up. Welcome back here to the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday night. Again, it's homecoming week here at Minot State as they try to pick up their first win of the year, with a game coming up on Saturday at 2 o'clock against Northern State. Do want to let you know there will be an athletic luncher, the first one of the year, in the MSU Dome coming up on Friday at noon. The public is welcome. Also, the alumni and friends social at the original bar from 7 to 9 on Friday night. Appetizers and cash bar. Featured reunion groups include the Sig Taz, All Greek, and MSU Wellness Center. Tickets are available and can be purchased at the door for $10. And then Saturday we have a parade that will go from downtown Minot to Minot State starting at 11 a.m., weather permitting. Hopefully, we got rained out last year. Hopefully we don't get rained out this year. And then tailgating starting at noon in the East Dome parking lot. And then the game against Northern State at 2 o'clock. So if you want to take some of that activity in, you can. And we also have a Class B 9-man football playoffs coming up this weekend. We'll go through all the pairings here in a bit, but we do have a couple local teams, or 3 area local teams, that will be playing on Saturday in Surrey. Surrey will play host to Mulholland Lansford Sherwood at 1 o'clock, and then out in, that is in West Hope, right, Larry?
Correct.
Okay, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn. The co-op, Lane Fleur's team will take on Tioga in a game trying to get to the second round. And that takes us to our next guest, Larry Durr, the superintendent, principal, and head boys basketball coach at Glenburn, joins me. Something that I've been promoting all week. I'm really excited about this conversation, Larry, that I get to have with you today. You were a member of a focus group that was set up to kind of explore changing our basketball plan in North Dakota, going from 2 divisions or classes to 3 classes, something that's been been around North Dakota for a long time. But it kind of when it first was proposed, which at that time was by our AD from Minot High, Mitch Lundy, who was at Beulah at that time, kind of threw it out there, and then he kind of moved on, that sort of thing, and it got kind of put on the back burner. But, boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of conversation going on right now, Larry, about this proposal, and we're going to get into it a little bit. Thank you for joining me tonight. And has this been fun for you?
It's been a great experience for me. You know, I got to be a part of a group that cares about kids in North Dakota. They want to try to take a system that's worked well for 50 years and make it better. And I've learned a lot from this group. There's some highly intelligent members on this group, a lot of people that are a lot smarter than I am, for sure.
All right, let's talk about it. What this is all about is taking our two classes, Class A and Class B, and dividing them into 3 divisions, which would be AA, A, and B. And what we're talking about is the large schools, enrollment of 575 and plus would be in the AA. Enrollment of 180 to 574 would be in the Class A division, which would be actually the new division that we're starting.
Correct.
And then enrollments below 180 students would all be Class B. Kind of give me your idea, and I'm going to bring up some questions about what some people are asking questions about and maybe don't agree with here in a bit. But basically, this is to try to, I guess, with a lack of a better word, just to put everybody on a level ground.
Right.
Or a more level ground.
Right. There's not a perfect plan out there, Scotty.
No.
You're not going to get a perfect level playing field, but the goal of this focus group was to try to make it better. You know, the gap between the top Class A teams and the bottom Class A teams is getting bigger. One stat I heard that I thought was interesting is Watford City average loss last year was 45 points.
Right.
You know, what kid wants to be a part of that? You know, and Dr. Holen last year when I talked to him about it, he was adamant they wanted to stay in the top division, and I think he thought about it a little bit, you know, and they're okay in that middle division. That's where they belong right now. You know, and then you look at Class B basketball, the gap between, you know, the top teams in the Class B level and the bottom teams in the Class B level, that gap's getting bigger in that level too. So we wanted to create a middle ground, so to say, to try to balance that out a little bit better than what it is right now.
All right, let's talk about, I guess, the biggest questions or the most questions that I get from around people that are asking the questions. What you got in this proposal is called an out-of-zone students. Explain that to me right there. And I can read it right off here, but kind of explain, because people are going to ask, what do you mean? What's an out-of-zone student?
Right. So an out-of-zone student, you could call it an open-enrolled student, a tuition-free student, or a student that uses their right to go to a school of their choice, you know. So how that works is those students that are considered out of zones, they count as 2 if they go to a school that they don't reside in. And in our region, we're kind of unique. We've got 2 parochial schools that affects, and we've got Nedros and South Prairie, who get a lot of out-of-zone students, you know, so that it affects them more than it does Glenburn. We wanted something that just wasn't put on the parochial schools, the private schools. So we came up with this multiplier that applies to every school. We all get open enrollment schools or students, and sometimes, you know, the best example I can give, Scotty, is a student that lives in the city of Glenburn. If they choose to go to Des Lacs Burlington is going to get multiplied 2 for that student because that's his school of choice.
So basically what we're saying is the multiplier for the and we're going to call it the multiplier now. And that's the questions that have been asked of me since I started exploring it. A student is counted as 1 for the school they are enrolled in. So let's say a kid from that's in the Minot School District decides to go to Nedros. Mm-hmm. He gets counted as 1 at Nedros, but because he's going to a school outside his district, he gets counted as 2.
Correct.
And that's going to happen. And where you're going to see the most of that, and maybe we shouldn't use Nedros and South Prairie as the example. It's going to be the Bishop Ryans.
Right,
It's going to be the our Redeemers. It's going to be the Shiloh Christians, the
Right.
Dickinson Trinities, the Bismarck St. Mary's. Those are the schools, and that is the, I guess that's the stuff I've been hearing from people saying, why penalize Shiloh Christian because this kid decided to go to Shiloh Christian?
Right.
But then we know what Shiloh Christian's done in the past in Class B basketball.
Right. So the private schools, it's 100% times that multiplier.
Okay.
Fair or unfair, that's your everybody's personal opinion. I don't want to get into that.
No, and I don't want to either.
But I ran some numbers, and
okay.
Is it all right if I share them?
You
a little bit
bet.
here,
Go right now.
So if you look at Class B basketball since 2012, Region 1, Fargo Oak Grove has gone to state 3 times. Kindred has gone twice. Region 2, Grafton's gone 3 times. Hillsboro Central Valley's gone 3 times. Thompson and Northern Cass has gone once. Region 3, the only middle-class school in this plan is Carrington. They've gone to state 1 time. And now it gets interesting. Region 4, Four Winds has gone 7 times in a row, or 7 times since 2012.
Right.
Shiloh has gone 8 times in Region 5. In Region 6, Rugby's gone 5 times. Ryan's gone 4 times. In Region 7, Dickinson Trinity's gone 4 times. Beulah's gone 4 times. And in Region 8, Stanley's gone 3 times and Newtown's gone twice. And I only ran the numbers of the teams that would fall into that middle class group.
Yeah.
And that's why we're looking at this. We wanted to this group wanted to create a more leveled playing field. And listening to Jordan Wilhelm's podcast yesterday, an interesting fact that came up was Four Winds goes down to the Bismarck team camp, and they've won it like 6 years in a row against Class A teams and whatever. So it doesn't matter where you put Four Winds, they're going to compete. They do Coach Smith does a great job over there, and he's got a program built.
Exactly. And the thing about it is maybe what we should talk about a little bit here now, your AA regions right now, which are Class A teams, are going to pretty much be the same teams. You've got Cheyenne, West Fargo, Horace, Davies, North, South, Central, Red River, Shanley, Bismarck, Bismarck Century, Legacy, Williston, Dickinson, Mandan, St. Mary's, Minot, the new Minot High School, Minot North, and Jamestown. That division isn't going to change that much. Yes, you are going to move Watford City down, which they should go. Valley City should go. Wahpeton should go, and that sort of thing. Now I want to go to the Class A regions, and I'm going to take the time to tell you right now, under this proposal, you'll be 2 divisions or 2 regions. Your East region would have Wahpeton, Oak Grove, Valley City, Kindred, Lisbon, Central Cass, Northern Cass, Hillsboro Central Valley, Four Winds, Minnewacan, Grafton, Dunseith, Thompson, Carrington, Turtle Mountain, Devil's Lake. Our West region would be DLB, Botno, Nedros, Stanley, Newtown, Bishop Ryan, South Prairie, Rugby, Dickinson Trinity, Shiloh, Beulah, Heart River, Watford City, Kildare, Hazen, and Standing Rock. And this is all based on enrollment that you get from DPI.
Right. Yep, absolutely. We took a 2-year average, grades 9 through 12, from the numbers that DPI gave us.
Kind of the same thing they do in football every 2 years.
Right. Football uses the free and reduced multiplier, you could say, where we took the enrollment numbers from DPI. And Scotty, looking at that A division in that East region.
That would be a competitive region.
That would be a fun region to watch. There's going to be a lot of good basketball games. You go to the West region, I don't see a lot of blowout games. I mean, that's a pretty balanced middle division, I would say.
Okay, the questions that I've been hearing, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Larry, but I've heard scuttlebutt on social media through Twitter or Facebook that there are some of those schools, because you look at a lot of the schools that are going to be added to that middle division, are schools that are on reservations or are parochial schools, private schools, and they're saying, why are we getting penalized just because we got a kid that wants to come to Shiloh instead of going to Bismarck High? Well, look at the numbers that you just brought out and that we've talked about. They've dominated that region for how long?
Right.
We're just trying to make a level playing field here, is what you guys are trying to do.
Absolutely, and how you get to that level playing field is up for debate with anybody.
I mean,
one thing we considered and we talked in depth about was a success factor, but we decided as a focus group, who are we to decide the definition of success? Is it state titles? Is it region titles? Is it district titles?
Yep.
So the multiplier made the most sense for the focus group.
And now you go to your Class B, which is the Class B, the smaller schools. Right now it's proposed to have 8 regions, 8 districts, 4 regions. Some people have come up and said, maybe what we should do is just go to 4 regions and take the top 2 teams from each region to the state tournament. I've heard that thought process. Did you guys look at maybe doing that as well?
We did.
But then you're talking, you got 16, 17, 18 schools in a region then.
Right. And what we talked about was taking the top 2 teams from the region to state. We talked in depth about a challenge game between the second place team and the third place team.
If they
hadn't played yet, we threw a lot of ideas out there. There's probably some better ideas than what we came up with, but this is what we had. This is what we're moving forward with. Competitively, I think it's a good plan as far as that goes.
You bet.
And I think it would create some excitement in North Dakota for boys and girls basketball.
Well, I'm going to give you some numbers right now. Historical numbers in basketball. And this was prompted by a tweet I saw from Jeff Rolfe, the head coach at Wahpeton for the boys. I did not know this until I saw these numbers. Girls basketball participation in the last 20 years in North Dakota has dropped 40%. In the last 15 years, 25%. On the boys' side, 32% in the last 20 years, 19% in the last 15 years. As a focus group member and as a focus group, going to this system or finding a new system, the 3-class system, how do you feel, Larry, that it's going to increase participation? I know what my answer would be. I want to hear what your answer would be.
I think the competitiveness of it. You've got, I'm going to use my school as an example because I'm the head coach. We play 5 of those teams that would be in that Class A division. We lost all 5 games by an average of 35 points. How do I motivate those kids as a coach? How do I prepare those kids that, hey, we're going to go compete, and our kids compete. You've announced a few of our games. You've watched us play. Those kids give 110% every time, and sometimes it's not good enough.
No.
So why don't we try to level that playing field a little bit and make it so a kid that's, I'm not going to play basketball, we're just going to get beat by 35 points every game, to where, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try to learn some life skills out of this and make our school have a better program.
All right, what's the next step? What's the timeline that you guys are on right now?
All right, so our timeline through the 31st this month, we're asking member schools to send their region rep either a letter of support or a letter of not support. And then November 1st, we will share that number with high school activities. And then on or before November 14th, the focus group will present this plan to high school activities to meet their deadline before girls basketball starts.
And this would be for the 23-24 season. This is not for this year, right?
Correct. It'd be for next year,
okay.
Yeah.
And Larry, the big thing is I guess the number you have to reach is 60% of member schools have to support this before you guys even take it to the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
Right, absolutely right. If we don't get 60%, this thing is dead in the water.
Okay, and again, the way I understand it is that once this proposal is given to the North Dakota High School Activities Association, their board of directors can change and tweak whatever they need to tweak. This is not going to, you got to take ours or nothing.
Right. Yeah, this isn't the gospel by any means. You know, they would vote on a 3-class system being approved or not. And then at that point, their board would go through this thing with a fine-tooth comb.
And the other thing I guess we did, and I'm sorry we didn't talk about, but how are you dealing with your co-ops on this whole proposal?
So the co-ops each get what I would say is a half a vote. You know, like West Hope, Newburgh. West Hope gets a vote, Newburgh gets a vote. They count as half. You know, combined it's a one-vote situation. What we've kind of predicted a little bit is maybe an EKM would maybe dissolve their co-op and form two schools, which would also help the participation numbers. You know.
Right, and the thing about it is, it's not like you're trying to get rid of co-ops, but let's make it more manageable for all these school districts to maybe have their own basketball team.
Right. Who doesn't want their own basketball team and their own identity?
It's and you just mentioned identity, and that's the big thing about it is. I'll tell you what, I know we talked about a lot of different things, Larry, and hopefully we'll find out some things in the next month and so, but probably have you come back after one way or the other what your member schools have to say about this. Have you back and talk about it as we go ahead with this process. Hey, and this isn't something that you guys just sat down for 4 days and just said, okay, let's get this done. And this has been a long process, hasn't it?
It's been long, and it's been draining. We've put lots of hours in. I got the call in March and asked if I would be the Region 6 rep, and obviously I jumped on it. We've met once a week. We've met twice a month at times, when things kind of slow down a little bit. There's been guys way more involved in it than I am that have talked to, television, media contracts for the tournaments, tournament sites, tournament managers. There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into this plan. It wasn't just formed overnight for sure.
No, it's just not a bunch of guys around the coffee table in the morning going, hey, we got to go do this. Let's just go propose this. This is something that has been on the minds of a lot of people for a lot of years. And me as a guy that's been 40-plus years in the business and done a lot of high school basketball in North Dakota, something needs to happen. And I agree with you. We may not find the utopia.
Right.
We're not going to find the perfect system. But let's try to make it as competitive and on a more level playing field than we have right now, because, Larry, as you mentioned, smaller schools won't get the opportunity to play in a state tournament if we continue the way we're continuing right now.
Right. Like I said earlier, that gap between the good teams and the teams that aren't so competitive year in and year out, that gap's just getting bigger.
All right. Hey, I want to give you a chance to wish the Sioux from West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn a good luck this week. Your good friend Lane Fleur will hopefully get them to the second round, and that's a co-op for you for football that has been really good over the years. And I know you used to coach on the football end of it. You don't anymore at the varsity level. But that's been a great co-op for you, hasn't it?
It's been great. Scotty, when I was coaching the last year I coached, we finished the season with 11 kids standing on the sideline on a 9-man football team. And we had the discussion, this isn't working. We need to figure something out. We need to co-op with somebody. West Hope was gracious to take us in. We've been successful. We've had our struggles. Our coaching staff is absolutely jacked to have the opportunity to play in the playoffs again, and I know they're going to have a great game plan put together.
And I know they got stuck down into 9-man because of enrollment, because Elaine has become a pretty good friend of mine, and I told him, I said, what's the difference between 11-man and 9-man? He says it's 2 tackles on the offensive end.
Right, and it's a lot harder to play defense. I think he would tell you after last week when we gave up 70 points, defense is a lot tougher in 9-man than 11-man.
We were going to have Lane on tonight, but he had some bus school he had to go to.
Yeah, I sent him to a bus workshop tonight.
Yeah, he sent me a snap. He's at that bus workshop. Hey. Thanks, Larry. I'll stay in contact with you down the road, and I'm looking forward to the basketball season.
Absolutely. Me too, Scotty. Thank you so much.
All right. That's Larry Durr, the superintendent, also the principal and head boys basketball coach at Glenburn High School, and we we really thank him for helping us out. And you know what? We'll stay on this. I'm not going away from this thing down the road. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk Minot High football. Chauncey Hendershot will join me when we come back on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Well, welcome back here to the Scotty K Show. One last guest here on this Wednesday night. That's going to be Minot High football coach here. We do have playoffs starting in high school football here in North Dakota this weekend. The 9B first round playoffs will be played. We have a couple area teams that will be hosting this week. We'll go through all those playoffs after we get a chance to talk to Chauncey Hendershot, whose team right now is number 5 in the state of North Dakota. The Minot High Magicians, coming off a win last week, 27-7 over Bismarck, have 2 regular season games. Their final WDA game of the year coming up against Williston this Friday night. And then you host West Fargo next week, right?
We're on the road.
Oh,
West Fargo. Yep. So we'll be Road Warriors here to end the season.
Who put that schedule together? Anyway, hey, it's been a nice year, Chauncey. Last year you came off a 2-7 year. You lost in the first round of the playoffs, but I'll tell you what, you've really had a nice season. And you lost 2 in a row, back to back, to a couple West Fargo teams, or to Fargo and West Fargo teams. But boy, you got to be happy with the way what your kids are doing right now.
Well, credit to the players. With kind of a broken record, but we've said it again and again. They work really hard. They put a lot of time and preparation into the year, and this has been building for a couple years. They compete and they treat each other really well. So we're trying to find our best football here and just keep this rolling.
Well, right now where you're at, you're tied with Mandan for the top spot in the WDA and ranked number 5 in the latest media poll. I know you'll care rats about that. Right now with the QRF, and the QRF, we're not going to get into it because you and I have talked about it. We're not going to try to explain it to you, but right now the QRF will determine who makes the playoffs. And right now Minot High, after last week, is number 5 in that QRF. So if we started to play today, you would be in Fargo against Davies. A lot of things can happen in the next 2 weeks, but you've pretty much solidified yourself for a playoff berth, haven't you?
We think we're in a good position.
Yeah.
Now it's about going out on Friday and taking care of business, and then again, trying to go find our best football. If we keep approaching like we have, we feel we got a good shot at making the tourney.
And Chauncey, talk about that. How do you look at your last 2 games, the regular season game or the WDA final against Williston, and then to West Fargo? As a coaching staff, what are you looking at from your football team over the next 2 weeks, other than 2 wins?
I think the message to our team from our coaching staff, and really among the players too, is can we find 48 minutes of our, to try to find our best football. Over the course of the last month or since we last spoke, we've had some really good stretches. We've played some really good teams, but there are moments in there where we have some self-inflicted wounds, but it's a penalty or a bad play call where we didn't quite put our kid in the best position. So we got to get rid of that, and in these last 2 weeks here, try to get some momentum to take it and ride deep into this the playoffs if we can.
All right. The one thing I do want to do before we move on, the QRF, the top 8 teams that would move on to the playoffs. Number 1, Cheyenne. Number 2, Shanley. Number 3, Mandan. Number 4, Davies. Number 5, Minot. Number 6, Legacy. Number 7, West Fargo. And number 8 is Bismarck St. Mary's. Now, some of those positions may change. We may get teams that get knocked off the top 8, and depending on what happens. But right now, that's where it looks right now. Are they doing it the right way this year, Chauncey? And I know you, because of what we did last year, you guys made the playoffs. A lot of people, and one of the better teams from the East didn't make it. Is this the way to go, or is this the best possible solution for right now?
I don't know that I have best possible solution. I would love to. I think anytime you have a rating system, that's a little scary. I know there was a ton of blood, sweat, and tears that went over making these schedules, and I was not a part of that. But I would love as a coach to see teams be able to line up and play each other to determine. And if we could play everyone, that'd be great. But there are a lot of factors at play that are above what I'm aware of or above my pay grade.
Well, the thing about it is, Chauncey, the thing that the people talk to me, and I've been around high school football in North Dakota for 40-plus years. And, I just think what it does is it takes away, because you don't play everybody, and you've got 2 regions, but it kind of takes away from, we don't have to win the WDA. Yeah, if you win the WDA, you're going to make the playoffs, but I don't think it makes it that much more important each and every week out.
Yeah, and for us as a coaching staff,
and I
to
know
our kids,
you think every game is the most important game.
Well, we're going to focus on the week and get it done. I mean, what the bottom line is what it comes down to. If we win games, we will have a higher rating, and we can dictate through that. But I think there does become some stuff when we're splitting hairs and trying to explain the formula where if it were a matchup based, or if we could have every team play everyone, that a lot of coaches would be in favor of that.
Yeah, and, the thing about it is, the problem is right now we only got 4 teams in the East region. We got 7 in the West region. And then it's kind of flip-flops on the 11A division.
Yep.
With you guys, with Minot having the second school, that sort of thing, it'll just be interesting what the state decides to do down the road.
Yeah, and I think there will be adjustments to it.
I think there will be, too. I think there has to be.
Yep.
Healthy?
We are,
for the most part.
For the most part, we are. Fortunately, lost a receiver in Ty Kitchen last week, and will be out. But so feel bad for him on that one. Just kind of coming into it and just having a good game on Friday night. But that is the game we play, and it's brutal and this happens. But we are. Griffin Broderick will be back with us this week, and we have a couple other guys who are coming back along. So
I want to ask a question. You're playing Williston. Team that we have some tradition with, not in football as much as it used to be, or other sports. They're really kind of struggling, scoring and winning, that sort of thing. Do you worry about a letdown with your kids?
With this group, no. And I think we've really hammered that message home. And a comment on Williston, they're coach track and have seen the development of the program. Know Coach Mock and all the work that's been put in. It's a very athletic football team. They have some guys that are making some noise at state track who also play football, and we're certainly aware of them. And they have the capability to, if we're not, we don't bring our best game to make it hurt. And Coach Mock will have them fired up, ready to go. It's their last regular season game. There's nothing to lose. So as far as the letdown, if we do, we can't, because that will be a very tough battle that we would put ourselves into.
That would put you in a tough battle. Not so much that you maybe lose that game, but as you look towards the postseason, because now you're gearing up for the postseason. I know you got 2 regular season games, but you want to, by the end of next Friday, you want to be playing your best football.
Right. And so first opportunity to do that again will be this Friday when we go to Williston.
Hey, I got to ask you a question. The Sparrow kid does verbaled, or I don't know if he's actually committed to Minot State, but I know he verbaled, for lack of a better word. This is a kid that's come a long way in the last 2 years, because I think a lot of people had questions about him as a junior last year. Can he handle the situation? I think he's done it very, very well.
Well, I think absolutely. And when you get to know Jaden, he has a unique background that I think something that is special to the Minot area, being a transient area and having the history of the Minot Air Force Base too. He's lived in a number of places and moved around, and that's part of his experience. He's a very respectful young man, just an awesome person. And he's put a ton of work into the game of football and the craft of quarterback. I think his ceiling is extremely high. I think Minot's very lucky to keep him around. And I think he represents the city extremely well.
Hey, how brisk was it out there today trying to throw footballs around?
Hey, this is North Dakota in fall. We told our guys, we want to be playing in this weather for a while. So it's awesome. I love it. I love the 4 seasons and the 90 degrees on the turf in late August. It's not my jam.
That ain't my jam either. Hey, Chauncey, thanks a lot for stopping by. Good luck. Good luck this weekend in Williston. We'll probably not visit next week, but as we get ready for the playoffs, we'll have you back and talk about the postseason run.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
All right, that's Chauncey Hendershot, the head football coach at Minot High. Let's do this before we leave. I was going to take another break, but let's get out of here because it is after 7 o'clock. Oh, by the way, the latest 11B and 9-man football polls came out just about 4 minutes ago. I was going to pass those on to Kindred, number 1, Velva Drake Animus, Garrison, number 2, Hillsborough Central Valley 3, Beulah 4, and Trinity 5. Other teams receiving votes, Oaks, Thompson, and Bottineau. The final Class B 9-man football poll has Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion received all first-place votes. They've been number 1 the entire year. New Salem, Almont is 2nd, Cavalier 3rd, Mayport CG 4th, North Prairie 5th, and then receiving votes are Divide County and South Prairie, or South Border, excuse me. And speaking of 9B football, first-round playoffs this week. Just to let you know, the top seed from each region receives a first round bye, and then the coaches voted on seeding them 1 through 8. Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion was 1. New Salem, Almont 2. North Prairie 3. This is as voted on by the coaches. Cavalier 4. Mayport CG 5. Divide County 6, Grant County Flasher 7, and St. John 8th. Our first round playoffs this week, we have Richland playing at Maple River. 1 o'clock game in Surrey. It's Mohall, Lansford, Sherwood against Surrey. 2 o'clock, it's Larimore and North Shore. At 1 o'clock, it'll be Hatton Northwood at Winemere Lidgerwood. Kidder County will play at Hettinger County. Hettinger Scranton will play at South Border. New Rockford, Cheyenne at North Border, and then up in West Hope, Tioga will travel to West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn to take on Lane Fleur and the Sioux. For Mohall, Lansford, Sherwood, Surrey winner, they would. The winner of that would go to St. John next week. The winner of the Tioga, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn game will travel to Divide County, to Crosby to take on Divide County. Again, Minot High in Williston on Friday night. Remember, it's homecoming. We do have some things coming up for MSU homecoming. Friday, athletic luncheon at the MSU Dome at noon. We have the Friends and Alumni Social coming up Friday night, the Original Bar from 7 to 9. And then we have parade at 11 on Saturday, tailgating from noon to 2 on Saturday, and then the football game as Minot State looks for their first win, as they will take on Northern State out of Aberdeen, South Dakota at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon at First Western Bank and Trust Field at Minot State. Remember the October Pizza of the Month? Just wing it. Boneless wings, shredded mozzarella, and your choice of one of these wing sauces: barbecue, buffalo, sweet Thai chili, mango habanero, or garlic parmesan. That is the October Pizza of the Month. And remember, up until 9 o'clock tonight, We have 15% of all direct sales being donated to the Glenburn Food Pantry and Backpack for Buddies program. Dine in or carry out. You can bring a non-perishable food item here to Spicy Pie, and you can get a free slice voucher for your next visit. That'll do it. Thank you to all my guests tonight. It was really fun sitting down with Larry Duran talking about this 3-class basketball proposal. It's going to be kind of fun to watch over the next couple of weeks to a month of exactly what is going to happen and what, if anything, gets proposed to the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you to Lexi and Jeff Singer here from Spicy Pie for letting us come on in here each and every Wednesday night. Also to the staff here. They've been just great to work with. And hopefully we can do it again throughout the rest of this year into next year. Again, remember, don't know my status for next week. I have been summoned to appear for jury duty next Wednesday in Bismarck. We'll see what happens with that. If just stay tuned to social media and that sort of thing. I will let you know what my status will be for next Wednesday. If I do not have to go to Bismarck for jury duty, we'll be back here at the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show. Have a great rest of the week and get out and see some playoff football this weekend. Thank you for joining us. We're out of here.
This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us for the Scotty K Show. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Spicy Pie, a great place to take the family out for lunch or dinner. Spicy Pie is much more than jumbo pizza slices. They offer a wide variety of menu items, including grinders, wings, tacos, salads, flatbreads, and even desserts. And remember, you can try any of your favorite toppings on a gluten-friendly 10-inch crust. Dine in or carry out. A new pizza creation added to the menu every month. Bringing New York-style pizza to the North Dakota Prairie. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.